All right, so it's been a little while since we've done a video. However, the packages, they've still been being delivered over the last couple months. Now spring's kind of starting to bloom here. It's time to start getting back out on the runway. I better go through this backlog of boxes I've got. Now this one, in its unusual shape, is from Horizon Hobbies. Boy, they get more and more creative every single time I order from them with the weird package geometries that arrive. Let's go ahead and pop this thing open and let's see what's inside. All right, so here we have it. We've got a UMX Aero Commander. This is a plane I've wanted to get for some time. Beautiful plane. Unusual UMX plane to have dual engines. They've only made a couple with multiple engines, and this is an exciting version of it. I really personally enjoy the civilian aircraft. Get a big kick out of that. So great plane, dual motor, bind and fly. So receivers built in. This has the safe as well built into it. So, you know, this is a nice little flyer. Should be a lot of fun. Let's take a peek in the box. All right. Now, I love these boxes because it's easy to take and transport these to and from the park or the airfield. But man, this one's a big box. So we've got, just at a quick glance here, let's show off what we're seeing. A really well packaged plane. Check that out. We've got our typical clamshell style foam that we see on these UMX planes. And a fair bit of tape holding them in for shipping. Go ahead and cut through that. Always hard to do it when you're on the blind side here. All right. Take and set that aside. Now we've got a little piece taped in here. Looks like this is our, Velcro for our batteries. And oh, look at this little plane. So this thing is covered in this nice thin foam. So our paint job just looks beautiful, pristine. This is an interesting red color. This has got to be the exact same red that they're using on that little UMX Cirrus. In fact, it's interesting looking at it, just at a glance, there is a lot of similarities here between those two planes. Just the construction style. That is pretty slick. All right, well, well, I guess we should double check here. Make sure we got our manual this time. Oh, I think I can see it through a hole in the bottom, yep. All right. What an absolutely awesome plane. Now, this plane's been out for a little while, and like I said, we've got a little backlog. But we've actually had one of these in our flight group before. Wyatt actually owned it, and we got out to the runway, and somehow he connected the power backwards. Blew that circuit board completely to hell. Boy, that is a very different circuit board, having just done that Cirrus repair. Looks like we've actually got remotely mounted servos in this. I'll have to get a good shot of this for you guys. Beautiful plane. Looks like we've got up front steerable nose gear, which is really nice. And that actually goes back to a servo that is connected to the rudder. So that is a nice little feature right there. Good piece of realism. And our elevator, we actually have 2 points or 2 control surface connections. Which go to the same servo inside. What a beautiful little plane. And just look at that. Look at that stance. Now, Wyatt only got to fly his, I think, once. And then it was toast. And well, I hope to fly mine a few more times than that. Boy, just look at the realism on this plane. Now, one thing I'm not seeing is flaps. It's not the biggest problem in the world, but I am a fan of flaps. I always like to be able to take in and bring the plane in nice and slow, float it in, have some fun with some slow flight. All right, so let's look at some of the details on this plane. First things first, these little motors are the typical UMX motors. These are pretty darn powerful. They're 3,000 kV motors. And to have two of these, I mean, the Timber has one. Two of these, this is gonna be a zippy little plane. We're gonna be using anywhere from a 450 to an 850 2-cell battery. And let's see if we can actually bind this beauty up. Go ahead and just slip our battery in here right now. There we go. Sweet. And we'll fire up our radio. I'm just using a generic profile that I've got set up so that it's easy to connect to these, but by no means do I have anything like, you know, throttle cuts and whatnot set up. All right. Now these little UMX planes, man, they have a real finicky receiver. They like to have that radio far away. Woo, there we go. All right. Well, let's give this thing a thrust check. Let's see what this does. That's got some pep. Wow. That is a lot of fun. That thing is gonna scream. Oh, look at these control surfaces. I mean, these things are just beautiful. Check that out. That range of motion on the elevators. Oh, the rudder. Oh. And that's why we do our throttle cut. Oh, poor little plane. Left there. All right, so like I said, it's been a while since we've done a video. I guess we're getting rusty. All right, let's plug this beauty back in here. Go through those control surfaces one more time. Oh, such a beautiful sound. The beautiful thing is there's no damage. I don't even see any hanger rash. No scuffing, no scratches. Oh, not bad. All right, so while I'm sitting here, there we go. While we're sitting here, I'm gonna just keep a hold of the plane. So there we go. There's our ailerons. There's our elevator. And there's our rudder. And that's our throttle. Well, what a beautiful plane. This thing's gonna be a riot. I'm really looking forward to it. But here's the trick with this plane. It's one of yours. That's right, we're giving this plane away. We're not even gonna do the maiden flight on this because we wanna keep it, well, as pristine as I can. And yeah, so jump in the comments. Tell us what you think about this plane. Tell us what you think about the channel, things you'd like to see. You know, we've had a little hiatus here. We're doing a reboot, and you know, we'll just pick someone at random out of the comment section, and we'll send them this plane. So if you receive this plane and it doesn't fly quite right, blame the shipping company. It wouldn't have anything to do with the person who did the unboxing. Oh, so that's the beautiful thing about what we do. It's unscripted, it's unsponsored, and you know, things happen. Props pop off during the, you know, thrust checks. Airplanes go flying and careening off the table, and we want to keep it real for you guys. And that's a big part of all of this, and the fun for all of us is doing that. So yeah, there we go. UMX, Aero Commander, E-flite, little plane by Horizon Hobby in their unique geometry boxes. And hey, this will be a lot of fun for one of you. Let us know how it goes. And hey, keep flying. Oh, the rudder. Oh. And that's why we do our throttle cut.